Hello and welcome to Measured Fixed. Today is day 130 of my 21-day fast. I would like to thank you all for joining me once again on this journey. I have not posted a video since day 80. In the last 50 days, I have continued to on this journey of a water fast, which includes electrolytes, vitamins, minerals, coffee, tea, and water. So I've lost approximately another 60 pounds since I last checked in with you all on day 80. In that time, I've traveled a lot. I've been to the East Coast. I've been out of the country. Been to the Midwest. So not being able to eat hasn't really affected me that much. And during this journey, what I've learned is that when you tell people that you're not eating, it is a fundamental difference that a lot of people look at you, and they look at you really weird sometimes. So as I said some of my previous recordings, the reason why I stopped eating was because I wanted to address several health issues that I have. And when I went to my doctor on day 21, I told him, hey, I want to continue with this journey. He looked at me, he's like, okay, well, how long are you going to go for? And I said, well, I'd like to go for 50 days. And then 50 days came and went. And then I like to go for 80 days. And then 80 days came and went. And told him I was going to go for 100 days. Then 100 days came and went. So he's made me promise to actually start eating at 150 days. Which at that point in time, I think I should be really close to my goals as far as the addressing some of the health issues that I have and why I started this journey. So at 150 days, I should be pretty close. I don't know if I'll be there. However, at day 130, I'm starting to get really, really hungry. So I might just quit on 150 and start the refeeding process. Not getting too technical or getting too let's say, involved in this process, but I'm still functioning on a normal level. I do sometimes get a little, per se, lightheaded, but keep in mind, as I said, I haven't eaten for 130 days. I've been around, 6 to 10 barbecues this summer. I mean, with cakes and ice cream and potato salad and all the good things that we like to eat. But as I said, on this journey, I have learned that, those things are not the healthiest for me. And the way I feel right now, I just feel absolutely fabulous. I mean, I'm sleeping good at night. I've gone through, as I described it to my wife, I've gone to, let's say, layers of myself. So what I can liken it to is that as I get through these plateaus of different weights, and these are weights that I haven't seen on my body in 10, 15, 20 years. So I believe as I get to some of these plateaus, I'm having different challenges as far as how I push through those weights. So as I get to a weight that's a plateau, I kind of get for lack of a better word, sick. And then once I push through that weight, I go back to feeling good. And at the same time, I think that when I get close to that weight, my body's just trying to deal with being, coming down to a weight that it hasn't been to for a long time. So it's dealing with it. And then once it gets acclimated to it, it goes from there. During as I said, from the day 80 to day 130, I've done a lot of different things. So I've continued to walk 3 miles a day, push-ups, sit-ups, leg raises, stretches, all that good stuff. Continue to ingest my water, continue to do my electrolytes. My phosphorus was kind of low for a while, so I started to try to ease that into my diet. However, my stomach was not too happy with it. I've continued with a little bit of apple cider vinegar. I have not moved on to the brewer's yeast yet, or the nutritional yeast for my B12s and B2s and things of that nature. And I haven't done such because I plan to do that pretty extensively during my refeeding. When I do tell people that I haven't eaten for 130 days, they always ask me, what do you eat and things of that nature. And the first thing they say for some odd reason is juice. And that just lets me know how snowed we are as far as we get an opinion about something that is really backwards. And if you know anything, or if you've done some research on fasting, you do know that the last thing you want to do is to ingest sugar at any point during your fast. Like I was speaking with a friend of mine yesterday, and I was telling him, I brush my teeth with baking soda because toothpaste has sugar in it. And after 130 days of eating, I do not want to ingest any of that stuff. So during this time, the last 50 days, between day 80 and day 130, I've just been feeling good. I continue to, try to make sure that I get my water intake and my electrolyte intake. I've been working a lot outside previously, so I noticed that when I drink a lot of water at one time, it actually can make me sick. So I try to take that, take a lot of breaks, sit down, take it easy. If you're gonna do a long-term fast like this, what I would suggest you do is to talk to your doctor, make sure that that you are on board, and make sure that you're able to handle the temptation. Sometimes the temptation for me, like, it's not even really temptation, it's the habit. Like, say you're making some food, or you're preparing something, and you prepare to, you almost lick your finger, and you're like, whoa. And I'm like, whoa, you can't do that, And it's almost, right now I have like almost a fear of food, because as I said, when I started this journey, when I said I was going to begin fasting, I thought that that I knew I would be addressing this health issues that I have. And when I keep saying this health issues, it's a gastrointestinal issue, to whereas I believe that my small intestine it's out of balance, so it doesn't have enough human me cells in it. So in order for me to get rid of those cells and microorganisms and whatever else, those endotoxins that are inside my body, in order for me to get rid of those and get those out of my body, I have to not eat, and then they'll expel themselves, they'll come out, and they have been, and quite frequently. And it's really amazing to think that I haven't ingested anything for 130 days, and I'm still continuing to have things come out of my body. And as I mentioned in previous videos, you only have so many orifices in your body, to whereas these toxins and these things that are not supposed to be there can come out. And once you don't eat for 130 days, and those things find their ways out, and it's sometimes it can be kind of upsetting and disturbing to realize that these things were inside of you, and that they are coming out. But at the same time, there's no greater place of healing for the body than the absence of food. I profess that no matter what, there's nothing that you can put inside your body that is going to be better for you than nothing. So, as I may have mentioned in the past, around day 28, I had a serious issue, to whereas I was passing some endotoxins, and they were quite upset that they hadn't been fed the sugar and all the bad stuff that I had been feeding them for almost 50 years, and they were they were wreaking havoc on my body. So for about 18 hours, I went through it, and what got me through that time was to know that for 28 days I hadn't put anything inside me. So I was in the best place I could be for healing. There was nothing that I could take. There was nothing that I could ingest that was going to make me a better person at that time. So I meditated, I prayed, I concentrated on my body, and we got through it. So 100 days later, lets you know that there's no greater power than what you can do for yourself by just getting in tune with your body and knowing what your body really needs. And 99% of what is pitched to us as nutrition, as what's going to heal you, as a diet, is absolutely wrong. I can't stress more than enough. Then just do your own research. Be your own doctor. Go to your doctor with a list and ask your doctor about this, ask your doctor about that. You know, during this journey of not eating food for 130 days, I've realized that we as people, we have been given misinformation, and it is a divide and conquer type of mentality that a lot of people have. And if you're not listening to what I say or what someone else says, then you're not, say, following, you should do this or you should do that. And I'm not here to tell you what you should do with your body. All I'm doing is tell you, just turn your body into a science experiment and trust the results. Trust the results of your own experiment. Because if you do something and it makes you feel better, why in the world would you not continue to do that? And especially if what you do that makes you feel better is based on science and you're seeing the results you want to see, I don't know why you would change it. My doctor and I had a conversation right around, I want to say it was around day 80. And he and I, he was concerned about me eating and things of that nature. And I basically asked him, I said, okay, if you want me to eat, what do you tell a 300-pound man to eat? What do you tell a morbidly obese man to eat? Because anything that you are telling me to eat doesn't make sense when it comes to my health. Because I have plenty of fuel that I'm carrying around with me right now. Why would I want to put more in the tank? I'm not saying that this is right for everyone, but as I said, turn your body into a science experiment and figure out what's going to work for you. Me, I don't believe that there's anything better for the human body than a high-fat, low-carb diet. So I will continue on this journey. At this point in time, my goal is to go for 150 days. We'll see how it is come right around the 20th of August, and we'll be close to 150, how I feel. As I said, for some odd reason, the last 10 days, I don't know if it's because I've been attending a lot of family function where there's a lot of food and things of that nature, but for some odd reason, I've been getting hungrier, and I know, as I said, I have plenty of fuel to burn. So I don't see myself really stopping at 150 days unless something happens. I don't see why I have to continue past 150 days. So it's kind of a toss up. So I'm in a great place. I'm at 130 days with no food, coming up on my goal of 150, and we'll see what happens. So I will try to upload videos as often as I can, and I really do apologize for it being 50 days without a video. But as I said, it's been it hasn't been challenging. It's just that life catches up to you, and at the same time you're not eating. It's kind of hard to sit down in front of the camera and say, hey everybody, we're still continuing this journey, and hopefully you're continuing your journey, and hopefully you're turning your body into a science experiment, and getting the help you need from the professionals. But at the same time, keep in mind your doctor's there to guide you. If I myself, I'm a naturalist. I do not believe in medicines. I do not believe in chemicals. If there's a chemical that's out there that's supposed to suppress something for me, I know there's a natural way that I can do it. I have friends of mine who are going through health challenges right now, and it's really easy for me to say stop eating, and it's really easy for me to say stop eating because I'm at 130 days with no food. So in order for me to continue to be able to say, hey, you know what, you have this, don't do that. You have this, don't do that. I have to continue to walk in that light of not eating. So that means that, come day 150, we may go a little longer than that. But we'll see. I'll do my best to release a video as soon as I can. And thank you for joining me. Please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and drop me an email if you want to talk, and we'll talk to you soon. Have a good one. Goodbye.